Greetings in the name of the Most High Yahuwah and his Son Yahusha. To the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad, I am Brother Hiram, and I am going to begin to bring you a series of exhortation videos related to what we've been talking about lately, and that is divorce and remarriage. And I thank you for those of you that have viewed my testimony and the teachings that have come afterwards, and those of you that have responded. I thank you for that. But there are still some gaps that are going to need to be filled, even when I bring out all of my teachings. And so I'm going to use these short exhortation videos to fill some of those gaps. But I put out 2 teaching series so far, and that is the Put Away versus Divorce teaching series, and then the series which I entitled, Are We Being Partial in the Torah? Now, I have one more series that I'm going to be putting out, and that's going to surround Matthew 19:9. And I want to restate my purpose, my mission with all of this, and that is to magnify the core teaching of Yahushua HaMashiach on this subject. And that is Mark 10, 11, and 12. Whosoever puts away his wife and marries another commits adultery against her, and the woman who puts away her husband and marries another, she commits adultery. And Luke 16, 18. Whosoever puts away his wife and marries another commits adultery, and whosoever marries her who is put away from her husband commits adultery. This is the core teaching of Yahusha on this subject. But the problem is that his words have been made of none effect through the traditions of men. And see, that's the purpose of the 3 teaching series that I have done and am going to be doing, am going to be completing before long. And that is that I'm exposing the 3 main traditions that are making the words of the Master of none effect. And so there are 2 old traditions. There's the tradition surrounding Deuteronomy 24. There's the tradition surrounding Matthew 19, and Matthew 19:9 specifically, Deuteronomy 24, 1 through 4 specifically. But then there's a new tradition that has cropped up, and that is this teaching of put away versus divorce. These are all traditions of men that have made the words of the Messiah of none effect in the minds of so many in these modern times. So that's the purpose of my teaching series, to deal with that. But my overall purpose is to magnify the words of the Master, to magnify his core teaching on this subject. So stay tuned, because the Matthew 19:9 series is coming. And as you heard me briefly talk about this in my testimony, that the things I'm going to bring out in this series, that it's going to be a bombshell. It's going to be a game changer. It's some pretty serious stuff. It was serious enough for me to alter my belief that I held on to for 27 years. It's that serious. So just be ready for me to bring that out. And as you go through these teaching series, just go through them prayerfully. Go through them prayerfully. Ask the Most High to open your eyes that you may see his light, and to open your ears that you may hear his voice. And so I'm going to sign off by saying, to the sheep that hear his voice, keep building on the solid rock.